guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lowry, and today I'm going to be going over all of the books that I read in March. So I chose my TBR this month on from my TBR jar, and I'll go over everything, and I will say that I completely forgot about one of these books. Completely. I had to go back and scan through the video that I made to figure out what book I forgot. My bad. The first one was a book talk book, and I chose Divine Rivals for that. A book in a series I've started, I chose A Curse for True Love. A book I've been meaning to annotate, I chose Betting on You. And then a book that I got for my birthday was Nightbane. I'll say I read 2 of those categories. You'll see which ones. I completely forgot about one of them, and the other one, I started the book, hated it. I read the first chapter, hated it, set it down. And that happened in my reading vlog, so if you want to go back and rewatch, I'll link the video down below, but couldn't do it. But I also have some fun March stats for you all. I don't know if that's flipped or the right way, but it says March stats. Heart. So this month I read 6 books. Those out of those 6 books, 3 of them were fantasy, 1 of them was dystopian, 1 of them was a young adult rom-com, and the other one was a historical fiction / play. And my average star rating, hold on, was a 4.1 star because, listen, I am prioritizing reading books that I know I'm gonna like. And if that means rereading books I've already read or sticking to my main authors, that's literally fine with me because I'm bad at branching out. But I know I'm gonna like a book. I don't want to read a book and not like it, because if I do that, I'm DNFing it. So they're not even gonna be read. Anyways, the first book that I read this month was Stellarlune, and this obviously wasn't on any of the TBR jar prompts because I just knew I was going to read it because I was doing a Keeper of the Lost Cities reread, and that glare is really okay. Good. I rated this book a 4.25 stars. The extra 0.25 was for chapter 42. I would recommend not rereading. I don't know if y'all have even read this book series. I recommend reading the whole entire book series just for chapter 42 in this book. This book is book 9, but it's so worth it. I can't express how worth it is. Anyway, so the extra 0.25 stars was for chapter 42 in this book. Otherwise, it was a solid book. I can't really say much because it's book 9 in the series. What can I not say? I was going to say, what can I say? But I can't say anything. Anyways, one of my favorite things to do is logging books that I've read for school on my Goodreads. So the next book that I read was The Crucible by Arthur Miller, and that's about Salem witch trials, and it's a play, and that was the historical fiction book that I read. Play. I don't know how to... it's a play, but we read it in a book, so historical fiction, I don't know. We didn't watch it either. I assume there's an adaptation or multiple online. I don't know. We didn't watch any. I rated it a 3.5 stars because it definitely wasn't one of the worst books I've read in school. If you're interested in Salem witch trials and people going insane, I recommend, I guess. I don't know. There's not much to say about that one. So, the next book is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This was the book talk book, and let me tell you, they didn't let me down with this one. They did not let me down. I rated this a 4.5 stars. I don't know if I 100% agree with that now. Oh wait, this is a historical fiction fantasy thing. Because that's the part that gets me, is that this book is set in a war setting. A war's happening and they're news reporters, but there's typewriters. I love typewriters, but I don't like reading about war zones and war settings. So that's why I'm a little surprised that I gave it 4.5 stars. I might be giving it a 4.25 stars. But I love Roman and Violet? Not Violet. Her name was a flower, wasn't it? Winnow? Iris. Iris. Iris Winnow. I was like, Winnow was not her name. Iris. Iris and Roman, perfection, because it was like an enemies to lovers fantasy. It can't get better than that. It literally can't. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just so enthusiastic about this book. So please read it. It's worth the hype. 4.2 to 4.5 stars, because I can't really make up my mind. I might just keep it at a 4.5 stars because it's like enemies to lovers. Kind of, it's like forbidden romance. It's he falls first, she falls harder, equal, I don't know, historical fantasy. That, enough said. Okay. The next book was Unraveled. I reread all of Keeper of the Lost Cities just to get to this like novella book. It's not really a novella because it's still like 300 pages. What did I rate this? Let's get out the note card. I rated this a 4-star. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Listen, I read most of these books, like 5 of these books, in like maybe the first 2 weeks of March, and then I was in a reading slump. So you can't blame me that I can't remember what I really rated these books. But I reread every single Keeper of the Lost Cities book just to get to this one, and it was kind of underwhelming just because 2 of the main like crazy like what moments were spoiled for me. If they weren't, then this probably would have been rated a little bit higher than 4 stars. Also, being in Keith's mind this far into the series is just kind of depressing because a lot of stuff has happened to him, like not fun stuff, because he has mother and father issues. So like imagine being in the head of, I'm assuming he's 17 now, a 17-year-old boy in a fantasy world, and it was kind of depressing. I didn't really enjoy it that much. That's going to be a common theme actually in this video. Wow, so I just hate men. I'm kidding. You'll see what I mean though. So a solid 4 stars, could have been higher, but things were spoiled for me. So you know who you are. Maybe. Anyways, yeah. That's Keith, BTW. As if y'all wouldn't guess, the main character on the front cover. Let's move on. The next book that I read was Betting on You by Lynn Painter, the one and only. This was my highest rated, oh wait, no. Divine Rivals got a 4.5. I gave this one a 4.25, I think, right? 4.25. Also, Betting on You is like B-O-Y, boy. Anyways, I just thought, I am talking a lot today. My mind is kind of going haywire. Does Coca-Cola have caffeine in it? Because if it does, that would explain all of this. Anyways, Betting on You by Lynn Painter. ASMR. Okay, I need to get under control, Lowry. Betting on You by Lynn Painter is dual point of view YA rom-com, and my prompt that I drew for this was a book I've been meaning to annotate, so this was a reread. I've already read this amazing book. When I first read it, I was like, oh, 5 stars, you know? But after rereading, I realized how Lynn Painter kind of copy-pasted Better Than the Movies into this one a little bit. Like, there's a lot of things that are just very, very similar. I do fear. But I loved Better Than the Movies, so I also enjoyed this. It was just like a lot of similar themes. And also, I had a reading vlog reading this. So, I just realized, oh no, I was gonna say, I really like spoiled a part of the book, but I remember I put a spoiler warning. But if you've read this book and you want to see my reactions rereading, I think it was very entertaining because I got very heated, and I could have done a whole like debate about this book, to be honest, about pros and cons. Just know there are like parental thing, like the characters, both their parents are like divorced, and some of the plot lines during that really aggravated me. Actually, it doesn't really have anything to do with the divorce, just like the parenting style. I was like very angered, really, to be honest. That's kind of why the rating went down, because the parents don't know how to parent their children. But besides that, the book is really, 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 really good. Bailey and Charlie have my heart. Did I start a playlist for them? I definitely started it. I don't know how far I got. I might add onto it, and if I do, I'll link it down below. Okay, we've arrived at the last book, but before I get to the last book, I'm going to tell you the 2 books on my TBR that I didn't read. The one that I DNF'd, which was what category was it? A book I got for my birthday was, is it on my bookshelf? Was Nightbane by Alex Astor. I read the first chapter, and after the little recap and like a tiny bit of new info, I hated it actually, because I didn't like one of the main characters, and I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it. I just didn't like it. I promise I'll revisit it at some point. I will read it at some point this year. I just was not in the mood to read about these 2 characters that I don't like together. And I forgot about them, to be honest. Anyways, so this is the book I basically DNF'd. My bad, because I loved Lightlark, so I thought I was going to love that, but first chapter in, did not enjoy. And then the book that I completely forgot to read, completely forgot it was on my TBR, was the book in a series I've already started. So, A Curse for True Love. Literally completely forgot. I don't know what happened. I think my brain got mushed and I just simply forgot to read this. But I really want to, but I'm really scared. Because I don't want the series to end. So if I don't finish the series, then it's not going to end. It's going to be fine. And also the series was supposed to end after book 2 anyways. So like, I've completed it. I don't know. Anyways, the last book that I read this month was Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. And I made a whole reading vlog that's going to be posted soon about this book. Very spoiler heavy. I yapped a whole bunch about this book. So don't watch it until you've read the book, okay? Okay? Or if you just want to watch a video and not understand anything I'm talking about and just see my reactions and emotional tragedies, I don't know, then I guess that would be a funny comedy show because you're not going to understand anything I'm talking about. But to keep it short and sweet in Sabrina Carpenter terms, it's a 4-star book. For nostalgia's sake, I just don't like dystopian books. But for nostalgia's sake, 4 stars. I talked a whole bunch about it in the reading vlog. So if you want to see all of my thoughts, skip to the end. Last, I don't know, 7 minutes maybe, because I had a lot to say. But I'm not going to go into all of that in this video. But anyways, I definitely enjoyed all of these books. The books that I did read. The book I DNF'd? No. The book I forgot? My bad. I'm sure I will enjoy it. But anyways, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, because my mind was spiraling today. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. Oh, I never showed. I did annotate Betting on You, by the way. There are book tabs. There are, actually, I didn't highlight anything, I don't think. I just like underlined stuff. I don't think anything got highlighted really. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which is either going to be, it's probably going to be my April TBR, and then my Sunrise on the Reaping reading vlog. After that, who knows what's going to be there. Today's an off day. I don't really know what's happening.